It's just, it's funny how, especially large companies do sort of take on these personalities almost. We do tend to kind of treat them like individuals, and sometimes they operate like that. And Amazon is one of those companies. And when you're writing a story about Google and sort of dealing with Google, it's very different than if you're writing a story about Facebook, for instance, or certainly Amazon. Amazon is unlike any company I've dealt with in that respect. A good way to put it is, if you're doing a story on Apple, they just don't return your phone calls.
Right.
Okay. Right. They just don't. We're just Apple. We're just not going to even acknowledge that you exist. Right.
So you call the PR person, you leave a message, they don't return your call.
Right.
That's what Apple does.
Right. Exactly.
You won't even get them to pick up.
Right. So Amazon does a lot of that, but then it'll reach a point where they'll sort of engage with you, all right? But then they'll call up and they'll say, "Okay, we'll talk to you, but it's all off the record." Okay, and this is with a PR person. Well, you're a PR person and you want everything you say off the record. Even after a story is published, they'll call and they'll say, there is an error in your story and it needs to be corrected. And you'll say, "Well, what's the error?" And they'll say, "Well, we have to go off the record."
That reminds me of when I used to be a media reporter. That's exactly how Fox News handled pretty much every interaction I ever had with them. They would even ask me to say that they could not be reached for comment, and I would say, "Well, I'm talking to you on the phone right now, so I can't say that." But